Hello, this is Xbox Ahoy, and this is the 10th episode of my Black Ops 2 weapon guide. This time, we're covering the QBB LSW. A bigger brother to the Type 25, the QBB offers LMG-grade damage and capacity, with some similar traits to its fast-firing sibling. The QBB LSW is the light support weapon variant of the Chinese QBZ assault rifle design. Designed for more sustained use and for use with more powerful ammunition, the QBB is equipped with a heavier barrel, larger drum magazine, and a front-mounted bipod. An improved variant of the QBZ platform was introduced in 2010, the QBZ 95-1, or GUI meaning modified. It's not outside the realm of possibility that an extrapolated future variant will remain in service by the year 2025. Given the QBB's external similarity to that of the Type 25, this particular variant is likely to be a semi-fictional modification of the futuristic 2025 platform, rather than a direct representation of the QBB 95 that exists today. In-game, the QBB is the lowest damage LMG, but compared to most other weapons, per shot damage is relatively high, needing just 3 shots to kill at a close range. At a distance, you may need up to 5 shots, and it is worth noting that the QBB has no headshot multiplier whatsoever, so the wisest strategy is to always aim for center mass. Like most of the LMGs, range drop-off is relatively slow, offering fairly consistent performance out to a middle range, but the QBB pales in comparison to the Mark 48's Leviathan reach. It is its rate of fire where the QBB LSW shines, trumping all other LMGs at 940 rounds per minute, on par with most SMGs. With rapid fire equipped, you'll dole out 1250 rounds per minute instead, although this does come with a range penalty and greater recoil. Hipfire spread is the same as all the other LMGs, lying between the assault rifles and sniper class performance, but the QBB's high rate of fire does make that perhaps the best hipfire performance within its class. Recoil is moderate, relatively mild on a per-shot basis, but quickly compounding due to the ferocious level of output. You'd be well advised to burst fire, especially when tackling enemies at a distance. Aim time is marginally quicker than its peers, although the QBB does suffer from the universally slow handling times associated with the LMGs. Your movement speed is of the slowest for any primary weapon at 90% of the maximum base speed. Magazine capacity is of a healthy 75 rounds, or 100 with the extended clip attachment. A little lower than the belt-fed weapons, but a cut above most of the more mobile weapon options. Of course, with the QBB's elevated output, these 75 rounds are chewed through quickly. But thankfully reloads aren't too slow to endure at 3.72 seconds, positively sprightly compared to the Mark 48. Our build of the QBB is another defensive loadout, but one built to take advantage of the QBB's immense close-range potential. Its rate of fire and high damage make this lumbering beast unstoppable up close when in a prepared position, and with our class, we seek to round out our abilities to smooth the vagaries of rapid-paced engagements. We'll be making good use of the attachments on offer to achieve this, so our first pick 10 choice is the primary gunfighter wildcard, allowing us to take 3 attachments for maximum weapon benefit. First up is the laser sight, conferring a large increase in your weapon's hipfire performance. The QBB's high rate of fire makes its performance from the hip surprisingly consistent, given that you only need 3 close-range shots to connect. In tandem with the laser sight, you can be surprisingly effective without ever needing to aim. Of course, aiming is most definitely advantageous over the mid to long-range sightlines, and like most LMGs, the QBB is terribly effective employed from prepared positions. In fitting with our aggressive bent, we'll be taking the quick draw handle to improve aim time with the otherwise lethargic LMG. Along with the laser sight, quick draw will assist in getting accurate fire onto a target as quickly as possible, lessening the penalty for switching up defensive position. Thirdly, the suppressor provides a 2-pronged benefit. The first being no appearance on radar when you fire, and the second, the removal of the rather heavy muzzle flash, which can prove obstructive and detrimental to your accuracy. You do lose a portion of your effective range, but the fast rate of fire means any excess shots required are quickly dispensed. And the ability to conceal your exact firing location will serve you well when facing groups of incoming assailants. Our first perk selection is the defensive stalwart Flak Jacket. Nigh essential for locking down objectives, particularly with this tight quarters class. With this perk equipped, you will eat explosives and emit victory. Second up, Fast Hands offers a couple of speed-enhancing traits that prove useful within our loadout. Faster equipment usage allows you to quickly deploy the lethal and tactical facets of your build and return to a firing stance more quickly. Secondly, the ability to switch weapons faster might save you should you be caught needing a reload, and also opens up the possibility of switching to a high mobility weapon to reach critical objectives as swiftly as possible. Switching to the combat knife, for instance, permits movement at maximum speed and comes with a 50% boost to your sprint endurance. With Fast Hands, you can make good use of this, safe in the knowledge that you can quickly switch back to the QBB as you approach the danger zone. Finally, Dexterity in Tier 3 also helps speed up your reaction times when moving near the enemy. Faster emergence from sprinting and speedier mantling. These elements combine to allow you to secure an objective quickly, allowing quick climbs through unconventional entry points, and once you're in, you can set up a rock-solid defense. Our lethal equipment is a valuable tool in the initial clearing of such objectives. C4 is a potent explosive choice that can be tossed ahead to weaken or eliminate enemy defenders. With Fast Hands, it's a very viable offensive tool, and explosives are more reliable against multiple entrenched foes than any bullet-based weapon. The trophy system is our tactical choice, an award-winning means of blunting enemy explosives in tight spaces. While you will have the benefit of Flak Jacket, the trophy system will completely intercept any explosive damage, and assist in keeping your teammates alive too. Enemy grenades, C4, rockets, and even score streaks such as the Hunter-Killer will all be blasted to smithereens once caught by the polite cough of this revolving countermeasure. Each trophy system is good for 2 explosive items, and you can pick up an unspent system once deployed should your objective change location. That's our build. An LMG sans secondary, but otherwise perfectly suited to uncomfortably close quarters battle. Such a loadout is perfect for game modes such as Headquarters and Hardpoint. These modes call for a lockdown of a tiny area, where explosive resistance and sustained close-range ability reign supreme. Sprint to your objective with a combat knife equipped, quickly switch back to the QBB as you approach. Clear defenders with a deadly combo of C4 and relentless hipfire. And once you're in, take up position with Flak Jacket and the trophy system to keep enemy explosives in check. This aggressive style of objective defense can make life very difficult for your enemy. Unless your opposition work as a team, they'll find it very hard to dislodge you. Your lockdown absolute, and victory almost inevitable. The QBB LSW is perhaps the LMG most suited to close-range area denial. A sustained ability to dole out a huge amount of lead in a relatively short space of time can turn the tide when holding a critical objective. It boasts the fire rate of an SMG with the damage of an LMG. Few weapons will kill as quickly at a close range. Of course, the usual downsides of the LMG class do apply. Slowed movement and sluggish handling speeds will be your burden to bear when equipping this weapon. Long-range performance suffers too compared to the other options in the LMG class. Moderate recoil and low damage means it's the weakest LMG at a distance. Still, the QBB's rate of fire can round out the otherwise slow handling traits. And with the right loadout, you can give even the most fervent of enemy a run for their money. With stonewall resistance and unyielding force, lay plans with this Chinese weapon. And teach your opponent the art of war. Thanks for watching. This has been Xbox Ahoy. Join me next week when I'll be covering the next sniper rifle, the DSR-50. Until then, farewell.